Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Eric Clark Activity Center for second half action here on CHTV. LN will get the first possession of the second half, down by 10. Scott now is going to fire the jump shot right outside the free throw line. This one's off the mark, kept alive by Walker. His follow is again off the mark, and they're going to get another foul. This one's going to go on Michael Bruns. That is his third foul. So Bruns seems to be getting in foul trouble a little bit these past few games. Coach Eddie's going to leave him in here. Francis is going to go to work again right on Bruns. This time no foul call, but Francis is able to get it to go with the contact.
Really good job by Francis getting the ball, getting down low, creating position, calling for the ball, getting it, then finishing very strong. They easily could have get a foul call there. Good job by him keeping his position midair, able to finish.
So Francis now has 8. Here comes Scott in transition. Not able to get the floater to go over Culp. Walker able to get it back and put it right back in. So LN's going to get the first 4 points of the second half, and Coach Eddie doesn't like it, obviously, and he's going to take a timeout. So LN comes out here and cuts their lead, or deficit rather, only to 6. So 7:14 to go, just underway. Second half action rather, and Coach Eddie's going to take a timeout. So we're going to take a break. There's 7:14 to go. We'll be back right after this. Back here at the Eric Clark Activity Center, Bernhold set to inbound for the Greyhounds.
So Owen going to apply some full court pressure. The Greyhounds, at the beginning of the year, they had a little bit of trouble against pressure like this. But as the season progressed, they've actually benefited from teams pressing against them. They've actually kind of went on their biggest scoring runs against pressure. So we'll see how the Greyhounds do against yet another athletic team trying to pressure them full court.
So Flamian's going to enter the game for Bruns, who is in foul trouble. The Greyhounds turn it over on their first 2 possessions of the second half, and Francis is going to head to the line looking for his 9th point of the ballgame. So Francis able to pick up his 9th point from the charity stripe there. No players in double figures yet. Francis will be the first if he's able to knock this one home.
Yeah, Francis had trouble from the free throw line in the first half, but as this game has only been cut to 4, those free throws are going to become that much more important. He's done a good job getting to the line. Now in the second half, he's just going to be able to knock him down, try to take the lead against the #1 team in the state.
So the Greyhounds lead is only at 4 now. 6:40 to go in the third quarter. Klein will back it out, picked up by Davis. Six and a half to go. Culp now in the interior, finds a cutting Flamian, and Flamian, his layup is no good. And now here comes Scott in transition.
Flamian again, great spot, great job to the basket. Just wasn't able to finish it. Could be his strength, could be he's not coordinated. Doesn't know, Jake. We will find out as the season progresses.
So the Greyhounds still have not scored here in the second half, and Walker's going to go to the line again, and he has the opportunity to make this a 1-possession ball game. So Walker's first free throw is off the mark. 6:13 to go in the third quarter. Walker with eight points on the night as it stands. Walker not able to pick up either one of those free throws. So that could prove to be detrimental for this Wildcat squad here down the stretch. Klein now trying to do it himself. And Davis did indeed hit him on the arm.
Really lazy defense there by Ellen Klein. Saw the open lane, able to pounce on it, get to the basket, hang midair, able to draw the foul, go to the line. But Ellen started the second half with a 6-0 run, whatever they've been doing. I don't know really what adjustment they've made. It's just that they've been a lot more aggressive offensively, but whatever they've been doing, they've got to continue doing it as they've kind of caught the Greyhounds off guard a little bit.
So Klein able to go 2 for 2 on that trip to the charity stripe. He joins Francis in double figures. Klein also picks up the Greyhounds' first 2 points of the second half. So Davis now has it. Looks like the Greyhounds are going to drop into a 2-3 zone now. Flamey and Klein will be up top. Bernhold, McRoberts, and Kolb down low. Poindexter couldn't handle it, and Bernhold is going to come away with the steal.
Yeah, Greyhound's very fortunate there. Poindexter hasn't got a lot of touches, but when he has, he's done complete offensive damage, except for that one time that he traveled the ball, but he got the ball there. Defense was going to collapse, able to get a shooter open, but just wasn't able to catch the ball.
So Pat Bacon's going to re-enter the game for the Wildcats. Deteria Scott, the 5'10 sophomore who did start the game, will exit. Flaming now has it picked up by Bacon. McRoberts now on the drive. Gonna throw up the acrobatic shot, and they're gonna get Walker for the foul, so that'll send McRoberts to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, Zach, obviously a really tall guy, but he's extremely quick, able to get to the basket, able to seal off the defender with his left hand, hang midair, able to draw the foul.
So Zach with only 4 points on the night. He's averaging right around 14 a game this year. Able to knock home that first free throw. Quadre Lawless, the 6'5 senior, will re-enter the game. Harry Poindexter Jr. will hit the bench. 5:19 to go in the third quarter. McRoberts' free throw extends Carmel's lead to 8. So the Greyhounds saw their lead at 4 this half. With the Walker had the chance to cut it to 2, but was 0 for 2 on his trip to the charity stripe, and now the Greyhounds leads right back up to 8. So Bacon able to get in the lane, throw up the floater, and see if they count the basket. Little bit of a contact, and they are going to count the basket, so Bacon will head to the line for one more.
Yeah, latest defense by the Greyhounds. Bacon was able to get right in the lane, able to throw that floater up. He was barely touched, but it was a foul, able to knock it down. So good job by Ellen in the second half, being very aggressive.
So Bacon picking up his first 3 points of the night. He's only averaging right around 4 a game, so just shy of his season average already on 1 basket. Klein now trying to do it himself, and he's able to get that floater to fall in.
Yeah, Klein there didn't really look to pass to a teammate, just got his head down, plowed his way to the basket.
Francis now on the drive, has it poked away. Klein on the deck, Culp on the deck, Walker on the deck, and Bacon rather picks it up. Now here's Davis. Davis is going to try to fire the 3. This one is in and out.
Yeah, that would have been huge for Ellen. That would have been a tremendous momentum changer. It really would have been the first time that Ellen has had momentum at all. Terrell got a good shot at the basket, wasn't able to knock it down. Good job by Bacon getting in the lane, though.
Coach Eddie barking at the Greyhounds to slow it down, and that's exactly what Klein's going to do here. 4:20 to go in the third quarter. Greyhounds lead is at 7. Klein now is going to try to fire the 3 right over Francis. Pretty much uncontested there. Not able to get anything going. McRoberts on the offensive glass finds Flaming, who puts it in for 2.
Awesome pass by Zach. He knows going to the basket, he's going to attract all the attention. He goes midair, able to just kind of scoop it over to Flaming. He was just kind of chilling on the right block there.
So Flaming picks up his fifth point of the night. He's only averaging right around 3. So Flaming also extends Carmel's lead back out to 9. Coach Eddie halfway on the floor, instructing defensive orders. Now Walker on the block, gets it right back, hits out to Francis. Francis, great interior pass to Lawless. Lawless couldn't put it in. Davis on the offensive glass. Coach Eddie here over in disgust that his team couldn't pick up a defensive board there.
Yeah, that was an awesome pass by Francis. Getting the ball down, though, I think everybody was surprised that he was able to get that ball through. Wasn't a really hard pass, just kind of was able to float away in there. Shot no good, but offensive rebound and the foul on the floor. As Allen's making this kind of a push here at the start of the third quarter, plays like that are going to really, in retrospect, be huge as this game winds to a close, as it's getting much closer.
So Francis now over to Bacon. Bacon's try from 3 is off the mark. The rebound's going to be corralled by Parker Bernhold. So Bacon got an open look, just not able to knock it down. Greyhounds lead is still at 9. 3:10 to go in the third quarter, and Klein to slow it up here. Pretty good defense here applied by Francis. Now McRoberts has it top of the key. Trying to do it himself on the drive, and McRoberts able to get it to go and 1.
Really good dribble move by Zach. Able to get that little double quick dribbles going to the basket. Able to knock off the right guy and the left guy going to the basket. Able to hang midair, knock down the shot, go to the line for 1 more.
So McRoberts now has 8. He's going to head to the line looking for his 9th. And LN, like I said, their deficit was only 4. Had a chance to go to 2. Now it's right back up to 11. Could be 12 if McRoberts is able to knock home this free throw. If you're just joining us, Klein's leading all scorers for the Greyhounds with 12. Zach's got 8. Michael Bruns has 4. Keegan Culp has 7. And Preston Flamian has 5. And for the Wildcats, Deshaun Francis has 10. Perry Poindexter Jr. has 4. Walker's got 8. Thompson's got 2. And Bacon able to pick up his first 3 points of the night, as he was able to convert that and one a couple possessions ago. So McRoberts is going to head to the line here looking for one more, trying to complete the and one. Greyhounds back with all 5 starters on the court. So Zach able to do just that, and the Greyhounds find the lead right back up to 12.
Yeah, good old McBob there, able to get that huge and one. He's really kind of the leader of this team, and in really big moments, he's been making big plays there. Not a bigger moment in this game thus far than that and one there. Ellen was making that a little bit of a run there. That completely shifted the momentum undecidedly over to the Greyhounds, so really big play.
So Davis now gives it to Thompson. Francis now on the drive. And I think they're going to get Bernhold with the push.
Yeah, good job by Francis getting the ball full head of steam. He was actually still sprinting when he was coming to get the ball, able to go baseline easily. The Greyhounds really had no choice but to foul there.
So they're going to get Culp on the foul. Bernhold and Culp are both in the area. That's only Culp's first foul, so not in foul trouble. Greyhounds already with 16 fouls in the second half, though. Wildcats only have 3. Thompson's going to try to fire the triple. This one's off the mark. That shot would have been huge.
Yeah, Thompson was able to knock that shot down, but no one for the Greyhounds matched up with him. Greyhounds very fortunate that Thompson wasn't able to knock that shot down.
So 2:18 to go in the third quarter. Greyhounds lead is still at 12. Not necessarily a high-scoring game by any means. Klein's going to try to fire the triple right over Walker. This one's too short, but Bernhold able to keep it alive on the offensive glass. McRoberts now with the stop and pop jumper on the baseline. This one's tipped around, and the rebound's going to be corralled by Quadre Lawless. Now Francis on the break, and he's going to go coast to coast and put in the layup.
Awesome move by Francis going to the basket. That little Euro step to get in the lane, able to kind of loft the ball over to the defender, knock it down.
So Francis now has 12. Cuts their deficit to 10. Klein now dangerous pass to Culp, and Culp was hammered by Walker. So that's going to be Walker's third foul, so he's in a little bit of foul trouble. Coach Kiefer will like to keep him in the ball game. Bruns and Walker both playing with 3 fouls. Minute and a half to go now in the third quarter. McRoberts now on the baseline, picked up by Poindexter. Klein now for 3, top of the arc. This one jumps in and out, and the rebound's going to go to Quadre Lawless. A great hustle there by Thompson to keep it alive.
Francis is having an awesome third quarter for Ellen. He's got 8 points in this quarter, as he was called for the offensive foul there. But still, he's been very aggressive. He's kind of set the tone for this team offensively in this quarter, as the Ellen coaching staff is in disbelief that was an offensive foul. But still, he's kind of setting the tone, being aggressive. He's not afraid to get physical going to the basket.
Coaching veteran Jack Kiefer was halfway on the court trying to plead his case there. I thought they were going to count the bucket at first, but Francis with a nice move. They're going to get in for the charge, so that's Francis's first foul of the night. So just under a minute to go now in the third quarter. Culp now on the drive. Klein now picked up by Francis. Gives it off to McRoberts. McRoberts' dangerous pass to Keegan Culp, and he cannot corral it.
It's simple miscommunication there. Zach thought that Culp was going to go over to the left side, spot up. There's nothing there.
So 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. Thompson has it now. Greyhounds are going to drop into a 2-3 zone now. Lawless had an open three, elected not to take it. 30 seconds to go now. Poindexter on the drive. This one is no good. Rebound's going to be picked up by Keegan Culp. So 20 seconds to go now in the third quarter. Imagine the Greyhounds are going to hold for the last shot. They're up by 10 right now. Bruns able to evade the double team. 10 seconds to go now. Last time the Greyhounds had the last shot, Klein did not get a good shot. 5 seconds. I got to go to work now. Klein on the drive. Stop and pop. He's able to let the defenders go by and drop it in. So Ryan Klein is now leading all scorers with 14. He's able to drop in that little floater as time expires to extend Carmel's lead to 12. Score reads 39-27. So we will start the fourth quarter with the Greyhounds up by 12. You're watching Indiana High School basketball on CHTV. So back here at the Eric Clark Activity Center for the final quarter of play with Brad Davis. I'm Jake Combs. The Greyhounds will get the first possession of the fourth quarter.
So Ellen's coming off of a quarter where they were only outscored by 2 points at 13-11. They were outscoring the Greyhounds for the majority of that third quarter. They had a really good start, but a lot of times we've seen this season teams playing the Greyhounds come out of halftime, starting hot, and then the Greyhounds and Coach Hetty make great adjustments, and then we're right back to where we started. So good job by the Greyhounds finishing the third quarter and getting the momentum coming into the final quarter of play.
Klein now rolls off the screen. His three is no good. And now here's Francis in transitions. He's got Lawless, but he's going to take it himself and put in the acrobatic layup from the right side. So Francis now's got 14. He leads all scorers for the Wildcats.
He has 6 in the third quarter, so he's heating up. Leading scorer for Ellen at 13.8 points a game. So if Ellen's going to get back into this game, I'd look for a really big fourth quarter by him.
So Poindexter kind of been a non-factor here in this game. McRoberts now at the free throw line. Again, just underway. Fourth quarter action here on CHTV. 6:40 to go in the ball game. Bruns has it, gives off to McRoberts. McRoberts is going to try to fire the three. This one's in and out. Kept alive by Bernhold, and Bernhold on the offensive glass, able to put it in for his first bucket of the night.
Simple case of right place, right time there by Bernhold, able to knock that easy layup down.
So Coach Kiefer looks right at Quadre Lawless and puts 2 fingers to his temple, signaling to be smart. Kind of a defensive lapse there. Bernhold able to slip right under on the offensive glass and able to put in the easy layup. So Parker getting on the board here for the Greyhounds with his first 2 points of the night. Parker averaging right around 5.5 a game. So 6.5 to go in the ball game. Greyhounds leads back up 41-29. We'll be back with the remaining game right after this. Back here at the Eric Clark Activity Center, coming out of the Coach Kiefer timeout, LN will have possession side out. Thompson has it now picked up by Bruns. Greyhounds dropping back into that 2-3 zone. Davis is going to try to fire the three from the top of the arc, and he's able to sink it. So Terrell Davis started the ballgame. That's his first bucket of the night. Klein, dangerous pass over to Bernhold, but he's able to corral it.
Yeah, and we've noticed how Francis had such a great second half, and he's had to because Poindexter hasn't even scored in the second half. He's only got 4 points in this game, and I'm watching him off the ball, and he just kind of looks completely uninspired. Of course, he transferred from North Central, who's actually kicked out of the school. So, I mean, he doesn't really look like he wants to be here. I mean, he's back there, he's not being physical at all. He's just kind of letting the defender push him around. And if Ellen's going to get back in this game, and he's got to help a little bit, Francis can't do everything.
So Poindexter picks up McRoberts. Bruns now is cut off by Thompson. Klein now is going to slow it up with 5:43 to go in the ball game. Greyhounds up by 11. So the Greyhounds with 6 team fouls. The next foul, the Wildcats will be shooting free throws. And they're going to get Thompson on the foul.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. That one maybe a little bit ticky-tack there. Bruns did that rip through, if anything. I would have been surprised if that was an offensive foul, so I don't know about that by the refs. Haven't really called the game very tight. I don't know why they do it now.
Could reach Coach Kiefer's lips over here. He goes, why are you calling that? Didn't
If
really
I was
see
the ref, I'd listen to Kiefer, as he's been coaching Lawrence North for about the double the lifespan of that ref, so.
Kiefer, like I said in the opening, is in his 42nd year of coaching high school basketball, so I'd imagine he knows a little bit what he's talking about. So LN now in the bonus. That's going to send Zach McRoberts to the line with the 1-and-1 opportunity.
It's really amazing to think about. He's seen 10 cycles of high school classes come through Lawrence North, and he's still here. Of course, he was the coach of that awesome team with Mike Conley and Greg Oden back in 2006, so he's had success. He's going to be inducted in the Indiana Basketball High School Hall of Fame later this year.
Coach Kiefer with 4 state titles under his belt in his 38 years at Lawrence North. Again, 3 of those 4 coming back to back to back in 4, 5, and 6 of 2000, that is.
Coach Eddie obviously trying to recreate that. He's won back-to-back in only his 3rd year at Carmel.
And obviously, Kiefer did have Greg Oden and Mike Conley Jr.
And honestly, the really amazing thing about Coach Eddie coming here, it's not like Carmel has been a basketball powerhouse. They've only won 1 state championship previous to his tenure here. And it's really not like the Greyhounds players. It's not like they've had a really talented team. Josh McRoberts still by far the greatest player to come here. I mean, Zach is probably the best player on the Greyhounds team. He's going to play at Vermont. So it's like, the difference really is night and day with Coach Eddie here. I mean, it really shows how much a coach can make a difference. His principles, defensively and offensively, have really just kind of turned this program around. And it's here to stay, and really it's only a matter of time. So we really kind of expect the higher-ups of college basketball to come calling. I mean, I'd be surprised if it hasn't happened already, as he's really just had so much success here at Carmel.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the last state championship won by this Greyhound basketball team before Coach Eddie 2 years ago was back in the 70s under Eric Clark, who's this gym is actually named after, obviously, the Eric Clark Activity Center. So Coach Eddie, like you said, definitely a night and day turning this program around. So 4:20 to go now in the ballgame. The Greyhounds are going to be leading 43-32. We'll be back right after this. Back here at the Eric Clark Activity Center, Deshaun Francis is going to be heading to the line for 2 shots coming off that foul on the drive. Francis just can't get anything going from the line. He's got 14 points, and the Wildcats have missed about 10 free throws, and they're down by 11, so if they were to knock in their free throws, this would be a completely different ball game.
Yeah, which I said, it sucks at the end of the game, looking back, noticing that if you made a major free throws, the game would have been completely different. I mean, even if you've only missed 6 free throws, those 6 free throws could completely change the outcome of the game, because the team that you're playing will play completely different. So it's really tough. You want to knock down your free throws.
So great extra pass from Bernhold into Kolp. But Kolp was swatted by Walker. Bernhold couldn't put it in. Now here comes Davis. Francis thought about the 3, gives it back out to Davis. Francis now stopped by Klein. Inside to Poindexter. Poindexter stop and pop jumper is off the mark, and Poindexter just can't get anything going.
A very rare Perry Poindexter sighting, flexing Sasquatch. It's the first time he's caught the ball in the second half. Pretty good shot at the basket. Just wasn't able to knock it down.
So Poindexter only with 4 points in this ball game. His game high this year is 18. Francis did drop 26 earlier this year. That is his high. He's at 15 right now. Klein now able to get that crossover floater to go, so pretty good move there by Ryan Klein. Klein's now got 16.
Icy move going to the basket. Once he got to the free throw line, no one stepped up, able to just kind of loft the ball in the air and knock it down.
So with 2:53 to go in the ballgame, the score is 45-33. Relatively low scoring game for the Greyhounds. Their highest point total this year is 74, and that came against the Bowman Academy, who pretty much pressed the whole entire game. Then their low was 41. That came against Cathedral, their only loss. Or Lawrence North, they put up 85 on Marion the very first game of the year. Marion obviously hosts James Blackman Jr., the Indiana signee. And their low is 32. They only scored 32 points against Guerin Catholic earlier this year. They've got 33 tonight with 2:44 to go in the ballgame. So Parker Bernhold will be headed to the line looking for his 3rd point of the night. Parker able to rattle that first free throw home. So Parker 2 for 2 in that trip to the charity stripe there. He's now got 4. Thompson on the drive, couldn't get the layup to go. Rebound tipped around. Lawless hammered Bruns, but somehow Thompson came away with it. Couldn't put it in. And McRoberts came away with the rebound. So Bruns now is trapped. Could have been called for a travel, but McRoberts able to put it in off the window. So McRoberts joins Klein in double figures. He's now got 11. Thompson's going to try to fire the 3, and he finds the bottom of the net on this one. So Thompson now got 5. It's his first bucket of the second half. 2 minutes to go in the ball game. 2-on-1 for the Greyhounds. McRoberts going to slow it up here. So 1:50 to go. It's a 13-point ball game. If LN wants a chance, they're going to have to get going fast here. Great extra pass from Klein down to Keaton Culp, who's able to put it in from the right side. So Keaton Culp's now got 9. That's his first bucket of the second half. And they're going to have to start throwing up the 3s here. Bacon couldn't get the floater to go, and Culp came away with the rebound. So the Greyhounds are up by 15 now with 1:20 to go in the ball game. I would imagine, barring a miracle, that they're going to come away with the win here. Parker Bernhold puts in that layup.
Yeah, that's just flawless offensive execution against the press. The Greyhounds not forcing anything. Doesn't even look like they're trying really hard to kind of push the ball off the court, just beating it with the pass. Good cuts, easy scores.
So Josh Thompson knocks in another triple. Now Bruns on the other end, and Bruns puts in another layup. That's his first bucket of the second half. And Coach Kiefer is furious with this team. He wants a full timeout, so with 52 seconds to go in the ball game, Greyhounds are up by 16. They're going to get out of here with the win. Klein's leading all scorers right now for the Greyhounds. He's got 14. Francis has 15 for the Wildcats. We'll be back with the final 52 seconds of this ball game right after this. Back here at the Eric Clark Activity Center. 52 seconds to go in the ball game. Coach Kiefer yelling at his team during that timeout, "You gave it away." And if you ask me, I think the game changer was when Thompson missed those 2 free throws. LN was only down by 4 points. They had a chance to get it to 2, and Walker missed 2 free throws. And the Greyhounds, a couple possessions later, found themselves right back up by 11 points. So again, that just proves free throws could virtually win or lose you a ball game. So Liam Duncan, along with Neil Lampy and Preston Flaming, will check into the ball game. Michael Bruns' night is done. He will finish with 6 points. Culp able to knock in that first free throw to get in double figures. He's now got 10. So Culp averaging about 8.5 on the year per game, so he's obviously surpassed that tonight. Not able to get that second free throw to fall. 35 seconds to go now in the ball game. Now here's Thompson, who's knocked in 2 threes in a row. Gonna get it off to Davis, who tries another triple. This one's off the mark. Francis able to corral the offensive board. Pretty nifty move inside by Francis. Wasn't able to get the primary shot to go. Couldn't get the foul to go either. And the Greyhounds will retain possession. 16 seconds to go in the ball game. Lampy inbounds to Flaming, who's trapped. Lampy now evades the double team, gets it up to Culp, who will slow it up, and Culp actually throws it away. So 5 seconds to go. And they are going to count the basket on Francis. Thought it might have been a little bit of continuation. This is high school basketball. There is no continuation rule in high school basketball, so the ref is going to say that it was on the shot. They're going to count Francis's bucket. He's now got 17. Could be 18 on this free throw. 4.5 seconds to go in the ball game. So Francis does indeed knock in that free throw.
So Ellen's going to try to squeeze as much life as they can out of this game. They've got 2 seconds, so unless we're inspecting a 14-pointer here in the past 2.7 seconds. I think this one's Carmel's, but of course Coach Kiefer knows much more than I have. 4 times my life he has been a coach. At LN, you know, maybe just kind of establishing a principle. This could be a learning experience. Don't give up till the game's over. 2.7. You're not going to win the game, but still you want to establish that you're going to stay physical till the end. And also that gives us an opportunity to see the smooth operator, Preston Flamian, stroke a couple free throws.
So Flamian's now got 7 points. His previous game high was 6, so he's now got a new season high. So the final score here from the Eric Clark Activity Center, the Greyhounds are victorious, 58-42. The Greyhounds will move to 12-1. The Wildcats will drop to 8-7. Brad, your final thoughts?
Greyhounds started the game very well, very good job defensively, really good job this game, especially in the first half when Poindexter actually seemed like he wanted the ball. They did a really good job completely eliminating him. Francis, of course, still had a really good game, and I was kind of hoping to see a guard for the Greyhounds really step up defensively. Of course, Ellen had that really good start to the third quarter. Coach Hetty was able to make some really key adjustments. Then towards the end, Ellen pressuring the Greyhounds, able to flawlessly pick that apart for the Greyhounds. So yet again, they're showing that they've really kind of grown against that press. Really good win, move on to Zionsville. And then one more game to the game we've all been waiting for, the HSC game at HSC.
So like you said, the Greyhounds' next game is tomorrow at Zionsville. The Wildcats will travel to HSC on February 8th. That is their next game. They're going to take on the Royals before the Greyhounds do. So again, final score here from the Eric Clark Activity Center. The Greyhounds are going to get out of here with the win, 58-42. For all of us here at CHTV Channel 99, this has been Brad Davis alongside Jay Combs. Have a great night.